a cold open. You don't even know who I am yet. Maybe we should just not do a cold open for this one. Yeah, let's not.
From our studios in suburban Cincinnati, this is the Ohio News with lead anchor Anthony Edelman.
Hello and welcome to the first broadcast of the Ohio News. I'm lead anchor Anthony Edelman. It is my pleasure to bring you the first episode of the Ohio News. From me and all of our correspondents and other hosts of the show, we are going to do our best to bring you the true story of what is actually happening in Ohio. For years now, there's been this meme on the internet. What is actually happening in Ohio? From the back rooms to the armpit of the United States to eating cats and dogs, which I'm not going to make a racist joke in the first episode. You'll have to stick around for season 2 for racist jokes. Not yet. We're not going to do that. But nobody really knows what's happening here in Ohio. And because of that, I've taken it upon myself, as have my fellow crew here at the Ohio News, to bring you the stories, bring you the facts, and bring you all of the humor and the suave personalities that we have here in Ohio. And with all of that said, we'll go to our first story at the first episode of the Ohio News. We have senior correspondent Anthony Edelman with a really important update on what's happening in Ohio. Anthony? Thank you, Anthony. I'm here in my apartment for a very, very important task here. We're giving you a refrigerator update on what all I have in my fridge. Let's start off with the freezer first, actually. And as you can see, there's nothing in here but cold air. There has to be something more important happening in Ohio. Yeah, there's an ice machine, which is off. Starting to get worried, actually. That's all we have in the freezer. For the fridge now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It is also empty. It's actually kind of dirty, to be honest. I'm not going to touch it. It's kind of gross. Why do you not have any food? Yeah, I'm moving, so there's nothing in here. All the food has been moved out. For some reason, you wanted a fridge update, so this is the fridge update that you got. Nothing but cold air, so unfortunately, that's all I have for you. Back to you, Anthony. Thanks. I did not ask for that. I don't know who asked for that. It might have been the producers who I still haven't met. It'd be great to meet the producers someday. But nonetheless, we'll go now to our second story, which may be a bit more important. Chief Meteorologist Anthony Edelman, who has an update on the weather. Anthony? Thank you, Anthony. I'm here in sunny Ohio, where it's very, very hot. It's about 90 degrees. And I really wish I could go inside. There were some clouds earlier today. A few scattered storms pulled through the county. However, they're gone now, and it's very, very warm. And yeah, I'd like to go inside. Can I do that? Yeah, you can go inside. Thanks. Back to you. Well, thank you, Anthony. I hope you can get inside and get some air conditioning as soon as possible. Unlike the Europeans, we actually have air conditioning in Ohio. We'll go now to a quick commercial break. Don't skip it. It's a fun little ad, and I don't make any money from it. But I think you'll enjoy. See you soon.
You all know what's coming. So get Ohio Attack Insurance. Terms and conditions apply. Please read our 69,420 page long terms and conditions for all details. You may incur fees if not Ohio citizen. If you are from the FBI, please be advised this is a joke. Prepare with Ohio for Ohio.
Welcome back. I'm now ready to go to our junior correspondent, Anthony Edelman, who has an update on his Civilization 5 game, which I think you'll enjoy, and see if the Ohioans can, in fact, conquer the world. Anthony?
Hey guys, welcome to my Civ game here. I'm playing as Siam, so it's kind of like Ohio. They're a very valiant country which fights hard. They're the only Asian country to not be colonized by the Europeans, except for Japan and Korea. So, little fun fact for you there. I right here have lots of nice modern tanks to conquer the world. Very, very important as an Ohioan. I've invaded the Polynesians as well for their nice coastal real estate. And over here we have the Dutch, who are friendly but also pretty weak. They're literally making ships to beg on the sea. These sea beggars here. It's kind of sad, but I'll let them be. The Mayans over here were actually going to nuke me, so I had to conquer them naturally because we couldn't let ourselves get nuked by the Mayans of all people. And then here you can see all of my glorious allies. So many allies. All these little city-states, they love me so much. And here are the Assyrians, who are not friendly. They're very warlike, so we had to conquer them. And of course, Nineveh, we have to raise Nineveh to the ground for historical purposes. You know, look it up if you don't know. Here's Sweden. Sweden's okay. I can't really trade with them, though. I'd love to trade with Adolphus here, but Gustavus Adolphus, yeah, but I can't because I have been trade embargoed. Incredibly rude. Literally, my story arc in this game, I am going to kill everybody if I have to, just to resume free trade. It's insulting, and all of my resources I can't sell to people. So yeah, I'm going to go to the World Congress, and it's going to be pretty brutal, but I have to do that to allow myself to trade. Here are the Aztecs. They're here, but they're pretty weak. They unfortunately had to take one of their cities to get some great works, but I can't give them their city back because, once again, they embargoed me and I can't trade them their city back, so that's kind of annoying. Here we have Napoleon, who has built the Manhattan Project, so I kind of have to attack him, can't allow him to nuke me. I have a strike force coming, I'll show you that in a second. Of course, there's Geneva, one of Napoleon's allies, which, you know, in Ohio, we weren't really fans of Geneva. Just ask my friends when we read about that. Here's my elite strike force, all these boats. We're going to arm them with tons of missiles, and I'm sure that the French won't last too long against that strike force. Here's England. England conquered my allies, all these former city-states you can see by the little capital logo on the left. And they also conquered the Ottomen. Shout out to my buddy Bill Wirtz, as well as the Celts. So yeah, we're gonna have to nuke London, I think, to send a message, because this can't be tolerated. London conquering all of my allies, just so rude. Oddly enough, the English also conquered Kiev, which is weird considering the Russians are right next to Kiev. Yeah, not trying to make a statement. This is just what happened in the game. Though anyway, I'm sure I'll be back to give you another update soon on this very interesting world, and thank you for checking it out. Back to you, Anthony.
Well, if I were the French or the British, I would be pretty afraid. And yeah, why did we hire him again? Anyway, we'll go now to our final story of the day. I'm sorry, we have breaking news. And that breaking news is that the Russians should have gotten Ohio attack insurance. That might actually be... Oh, it's the air conditioning. Hey, meteorologist! Don't put the AC on in here, I'm recording for the news! Oh, God. Production quality is through the roof here in the state of Ohio, as you can see. And because of that, I am going to go now to our final story of the day, a special guest. As soon as I can get this stupid air conditioning off. Special guest time. And now, just like that, we're joined by the one and only singer-songwriter, Anthony Edelman. Oh, it's my pleasure. So, you working on anything new? Yeah, I'm actually working on some new music right now. And I hear, word on the street, word in the Ohio streets, I'll have a music video coming out here in a later episode of Season 1 of the Ohio News. So stay tuned for that. Wow. Any other news to share with us? Yeah, I've actually recorded and composed all of the intro music that you're hearing in this episode as a musician myself, and I'm pretty proud of it. Turns out a lot of old music actually can be used for new things, because most of it I'd written previously. Some of it are themes for video games that video game producer Anthony Edelman made.
Something like that.
Makes video games, right?
Something like that.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm just really happy to be here, and I'm glad that our viewers are getting to experience the music in a very new way. And I thank you for writing me on the news to explain all that, Anthony.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you soon.
Well, that about does it for us here tonight at the Ohio News. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night.